All right, good evening, everyone. We'll want to, let's call it order the Oakland Town Commission meeting for April 22nd, 2025. Everybody, please stand for the pledge or remain standing for the invocation. Thank you, Kevin. All right, Elise.
Commissioner Keller,
Here.
Commissioner McMullen, Commissioner Ramos,
Present.
Vice Mayor Satterfield, Mayor Taylor.
I'm here.
We're all here.
All right, thank you. So we have a meeting of presentations today. Looks like. Let's start off on the first one, special award presentation. I'd like to invite Zania. Zana. Up right at the podium. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Well, my name is Zainab Portway. I'm a volunteer with ESGR, which stands for Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve. We're a Department of Defense program, and we provide support to employers and service members who are in the reserves and the National Guard. And what we do in short is basically go out and present Patriot Awards to employers who have been nominated. We do unit briefings. We educate employers and service members on their responsibilities and rights for the USERRA laws. And we also do mediation between employers and service members if there are any challenges regarding the law, if they don't know. Again, we're all volunteers. The state of Florida has over 60 volunteers that do this in different parts of the state. And this is the best part of my volunteer job. So I am here to present a Patriot Award to Chief Eason. So you were nominated by Chad Edmondson.
Well stated, Chief. Well stated.
So this is what he wrote in his nomination, because I want to read it because it's really nice. I can write about my supervisor, but it's the entire organization really that deserves recognition. Lieutenant Renee Castro called me multiple times to make sure I had what I needed on my deployment. Chief Eason and Deputy Chief Michael Bryant welcomed me back like I never left. All of them kept me informed of promotional opportunities and encouraged the military obligation above local needs. If I could nominate Lieutenant Castro, Deputy Chief Bryant, and Chief Eason as an entirety of what Oakland PD represents, I would. I'm grateful for their support of the military. This leadership has done nothing but encourage military members to apply and reward those that have served. The Oakland Police Department is the example of what employers should strive to be. They support us 100%. Thank you for supporting, and thank you for everything you do.
I reckon. Yeah.
Paul, and I have that's something for you to sign. And then I will let you. The
Chief, speech.
Yeah.
Like she said, I can't say this is me, this is everybody. The whole department. We have multiple members of the agency that have served in the military, and hopefully we'll get more. We definitely support all of them, but it's not an award for me, it's an award for everybody. With my name. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, keeping with the theme of the police department, let's do a proclamation. It's the Peace Officers Memorial Day and National Police Week. Whereas in 1962, President John F. Kennedy signed a proclamation which designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week in which it falls as National Police Week. And whereas the members of the Oakland Police Department play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of Oakland, and whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of their law enforcement agencies, and that the members of our police department recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence or disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression or intimidation. And whereas the women and men of the Oakland Police Department unceasingly provide a vital public service, now therefore, I, Shane Taylor, on behalf of the Town of Oakland Commission, call upon all citizens of Oakland to observe the week of May 12th through May 18th, 2025 as National Police Week and commemorate police officer past and present who by their duty, faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and in doing so have established for themselves an inevitable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. Furthermore, I call upon all citizens of Oakland to observe May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of those peace officers who through their courageous deeds have lost their lives or have become disabled in the performance of duty. Thank you. Okay. Just as equally important as police, let's recognize our teachers who several are in the audience tonight. So thank you, Oakland Avenue Charter School, for showing up tonight. We really appreciate you showing up and really appreciate you guys. Whereas Oakland Avenue Charter School teachers mold our future citizens through their guidance and education, and whereas Oakland Avenue Charter School teachers embrace students of widely differing backgrounds and abilities, and whereas our society expects public education to provide quality education and services to all children, no matter what their backgrounds or abilities, and whereas our county's future depends in large measure upon the education our youth receive, and whereas Oakland Avenue Charter School is proud of its commitment to teach character, education, and promote civic participation, and whereas Oakland Avenue Charter School teachers and staff spend countless hours outside their classrooms preparing lessons, evaluating progress, counseling and coaching students, and performing community service, and whereas the Town of Oakland recognizes that its teachers and staff are providing exceptional education services to our children. Now, therefore, I, Shane Taylor, on behalf of the Town of Oakland Commission, proclaim May 6, 2025 as Teacher Appreciation Day, and the week of May 5th through May 9th, 2025 as Teacher Appreciation Week in Oakland. Urge all citizens to pay tribute to our wonderful dedicated teachers at our charter school. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Picture with everybody? Cool. Now you get up on a chair. We'll let everybody clear the room if you guys want to. There's no. Where you going? Okay, moving on to the next proclamation, and it's the National Arbor Day. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed Arbor Day to encourage tree planting, and it was first celebrated in Nebraska with over 1 million trees planted. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed nationwide and globally, and whereas trees reduce soil erosion, lower energy costs, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide wildlife habitat, and whereas trees offer renewable resources like wood and paper while enhancing property values, business vitality, and community beauty. And whereas trees in our town increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas and beauty of our community, it's like a duplicate. Whereas trees bring joys and a feeling of renewal wherever planted. Now, therefore, I, Shane Taylor, on behalf of the Town of Oakland Commission, do hereby proclaim April 25th, 2025 as National Arbor Day. I encourage all citizens and students to support the protection of trees and our beautification efforts and to plant trees to inspire joy and promote well-being for future generations. All right. One of the last ones I have is World Migratory Bird Day. North America bird populations have declined by 25% with over 3 billion birds lost. And whereas migratory birds face growing threats throughout their migration routes and seasonal habitats, and whereas birds are essential to healthy ecosystems, yet urban hazards such as habitat loss, pesticides, and building collisions pose serious risk. And whereas the town of Oakland sits on the southern shores of Lake Apopka and has a thriving bird populations that includes osprey, bald eagles, waterfowl, songbirds, migratory birds, and resident peafowl, and supports conservation through partnerships with the Oakland Nature Preserve and Orange Audubon Society. And whereas as a Tree City USA, the town of Oakland values its natural resources and works to protect bird habitats and biodiversity. And whereas World Migratory Bird Day raises awareness of global bird conservation efforts. Now, therefore, I, Shane Taylor, on behalf of the Town of Oakland Commission, do hereby recognize May 10th, 2025 as World Migratory Bird Day in the town of Oakland, encourage residents to support and celebrate bird protection.
Don't forget the peacocks.
Peafowl on there. Had the peafowls in there. All right. Moving on to the consent agenda. And on the consent agenda tonight are the minutes from our last meeting, 4/8/2025 Town Commission regular meeting, and the memorandum of agreement between Orlando and Orange County UASI grant. Anybody have any questions or comments? I'd like to make a motion. Okay, second.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you, guys. Next item is other policy matters, and we're going to turn it over to Elise for the appointment of our new town clerk.
Very excited. Very excited. So I'd like to introduce
A
you.
little too excited. Don't-
I'd like to introduce you to Kathy Hurd. Kathy is here. She comes with a lot of municipal experience as a deputy city clerk, as a clerk of courts for Orange County government, in a variety of capacities. And we feel like she is really well suited for the town of Oakland. We just need the commission to approve the appointment, and then we will also be bringing back her contract at the next meeting for official approval as well. And so would you like Kathy to come up here?
Sure, come on up, Kathy. Let's,
Not to put you on.
yeah, come on, go ahead.
Yes, hello.
You want us to get a proclamation for you for tonight? Hi, Kathy.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, thank
Welcome.
you, thank you. And we really appreciate it. Looking forward to you starting with us as soon as possible and help out Elise and the staff. So yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to
Here.
it. Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Anybody else want to say hi?
Welcome, Kathy. And I know that it's been more so than anybody else is at least, needing to have someone there so she can take off as
Of course. Yes.
so we thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome to
Thank
Oakland.
you. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody in the
luck.
audience want to say? Good luck. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay, that was easy. Oh, anybody want to make a motion to appoint the new town clerk?
I'll make a motion to appoint Kathy Hurd as our new town clerk.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Congratulations. Starting tomorrow, right?
She'll be starting May 6th.
Okay, May 6th. All right. Okay, guys, so next is always a fun part of the meeting. It's the public forum. Is there is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on anything besides it's not rained in months or anything? No, anything's open. Come on up. Hello, sir. How are you? Good.
My name is Ricky Dumas. I am here on behalf of my brother-in-law, John Ward. A little bit about myself. I was born and raised in West Orange County. I served in the United States Army, and I served 35 years in public safety, retired as the deputy chief of the Orange County jail. Here to talk tonight about briefly the informal service that was held last year on Memorial Day. Just a little history of that, and I got my notes because my age, in 2022, I believe we were out there. It's been a tradition to go to the cemetery and show appreciation to your family members. So looking at grandparents and parents. And while my brother-in-law was out there and I showed up later, also out there with them, we began to notice that there were several veterans in the Oakland Cemetery. And so it piqued our interest to look, and it just started adding up more and more. But at the same time, we saw two men, they were service members, walking along this sidewalk on State Road 50, and they were carrying large flags on Memorial Day. And I thank them for the service, and they thanked me because I had on my hat as well. But out of that, it grew that as we looked, we noticed that there were some of the veterans' grave sites that had flags, and many were without. So it spurred us to take the time and try to put a flag on the ones that didn't have, and some of the flags that were not there. And my brother-in-law, who cannot be here tonight, he's up in Jacksonville, had in his heart, is there anything in particular Oakland is doing? His research, he didn't find anything. So last year, because we did more in 2023, but last year, he put somewhat together informal and bothered your police department at the last hour to help him out. And it started at 9 a.m. with the intent that it shouldn't last over an hour because of the weather this time of the year. And that was to come out to the grave site, not to the graveyard, and briefly play taps and briefly make a little statement, and then allow those who attended, which I think last year may have been about 15, I'm not sure, of family members, came there and they went around and put flags on the grave sites itself. So he wanted me to express that his request from the town of Oakland is not money, but to assist in putting such event on your public website for a public announcement. Apparently, quite a few families found out last year, and they've shared it with others and are interested in being part of it. So I was asked to come here on his behalf because there may be some questions in terms of what's happening in your town and why is this going on. But it really just started out as an act of being out there. These service members saw us, and it just one thing led to another itself. And there's quite a few, I don't know the number, I had that book. There's quite a few that have been identified in both cemeteries, World War I and World War II, that are out in your cemeteries that are there. They can't vote by any means, but their family members, it may mean a lot to them itself. And maybe Oakland has something already. He just wasn't sure, but out of an act of just showing appreciation for service members, that's something that we put together and did and bought flags and put them as many as we could have done.
Thank
Any
you.
questions?
Yeah, any questions, anybody?
Just a comment. I know last year I was there doing that ceremony with your brother-in-law.
Okay,
And I know a lot of families were there, and I think it was more than 15 people.
it was
there.
more than 50, okay.
Yes, yes, and we did have the officers come out there last minute and go help us, put the flags in, both cemeteries, the African American Cemetery and also the Oakland Cemetery. It was a great ceremony that I thought it was gonna continue, becoming a yearly thing, which I'm all for it, for us to do this and not forget. I know that a lot of our neighboring cities do the memorials, and we're one of the ones who doesn't, because we either piggyback with Winter Garden or Coy or Claremont. But I think that at this time, just the amount of graves that we went and put flags on, you were out there with us, was plenty of them. So I think that it's long overdue for us to go ahead and start putting this in our calendar every year and bringing in, social media, put it out there for whoever wants to come out and join us.
Yes, he did
Right.
mention it was the West Orange Observer helped publicize this last year. So that did happen, thanks to them, thanks to the chief, the Oakland Police Department chief, who all helped that day. It was last minute. I wasn't there because I normally plan to go down to the beach. And so I helped them the day before, but we were traveling on that.
Is that where your brother-in-law is at right now, at the beach?
No, 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 no. He's up in Jacksonville. He couldn't make it down, so he asked.
I don't know what we have to do, if we have to do a motion or.
Yeah, I think what should happen maybe is Ricky gets in contact with the clerk, Elise and Kathy.
Okay.
And get your information, but I think all of us sitting here think that it's a good idea. It's time that we do something like that. And I think, I know, Sal, you were there last year, and I think there were some veterans of the town that was there. So, an hour or 2 hours out of your morning, it's not very long
No.
to go and recognize those that sacrificed. Yeah.
What day do you typically do it on?
It's on Memorial Day.
On Memorial Day,
And it
okay.
starts at 9 a.m. because the weather, that time of the year is hot.
Yeah.
So we tried to keep the time brief, and it was an hour. They have went over a little bit. I wasn't there, but tried to keep it an hour or two so that people themselves get out of it in consideration of their health.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea to do that. So, if you would like to get with Elise or give your brother's information,
Will
we
do.
can reach out and set it up and figure out what you need.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah.
Any other questions for me before?
Thank you for bringing this to our attention and
thank
thank you
you.
for your service.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, brother, too. Thank you. All right. Okay, anyone else? Kevin? All right. He's going what? Oh, no.
Kevin Cox, 301 Walker. You don't need the timer. So it's been a bad week. It's been a bad week for dust, and nobody wants to hear complaints, so that's not why. The constructive criticism or suggestions possibly. If you look at Oakland Park, their main entrance, the first one further east, they've had no construction. We tried the Riley Farm. Those are nice signs, turn on Jeff. And hasn't been a bad week for Nixon, Walker, and Daniel. So I would get signed. I'm not asking for police to let them know they can't enforce this. All of that sign that would say no construction. Police or whatever.
Thanks, Kevin. And I agree. I was, it was last Friday, I think it was, and happened to be driving down and then there it was that they were hauling mulch from the project there and the 18-wheelers were just going down and it was I mean, it's three of them in one shot and it was a dust storm. So I got with Mike and Elise and asked them to give him a call. And I think, Mike, you gave the guy a call and then I actually tried to go over and drive out there and meet the operator, but he wasn't there at the time to tell the trucks. For some reason, they could come down Jefferson, but they couldn't go out Jefferson for some reason. I don't know if we could just get some bandit signs made for right now and let's say, and we all understand it's a public road and all that stuff. But maybe just an encouragement, I think is all you're asking for.
We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Hopefully it's,
They are public streets, so there's 4, 5 if you count Tub. So,
I'll help them word out the signs, Kevin.
yeah. Okay, we'll get something to try to get them out, but it is bad. Anybody else? Okay, well, hearing that, we'll close the public forum and we'll bring it out to the town manager.
Okay, the only things I have is the Charter Review Committee. You keep hearing me talk about them. They've done a lot of meeting. They met another time. We just met yesterday. So that's our 4th time. We had Orange County Supervisor of Elections come yesterday. I think that was very helpful for them to be able to ask questions of the Orange County Supervisor of Elections office. So we continue to move forward on that process. We will be trying to, we need to schedule our next set of meetings, but we'll be trying to have a couple later meetings so that if residents want to come, they can come and attend and see what's going on. The only other things I want to remind everybody about is the last Oakland Nature Preserve Firefly Hike is this Friday, April 25th. So it's your last opportunity for the season. And I'll actually be out there volunteering. So come see me and come see the fireflies, hopefully. And then on Saturday, April 26th is their Earth Day celebration from 10 to 2 at Oakland Nature Preserve. And they're also doing the Uplands guided hikes. And you can sign up for those online. And then May 17th, which is right around the corner, is going to be the car stroll. So we're looking forward to that from 10 to 12 here at Town Center. And it will also be the exhibit opening for our summer exhibit, Life in the Pet Lane. So those are kind of our upcoming things. All these flyers are over there on the table if you want to pick one up.
All right, thanks. We'll go down the line. Melanie, how are you?
Please, get
Oh, you don't have any
on the record.
on the record.
I'm very good, and we don't have anything at all, except I am still hiring if anybody wants the UB Tech, Public Works Assistant Director, or Utility Billing Supervisor. So that's it.
Thanks. You did have something. All right, Chief, you got anything? Besides, I'm leaving Mark from.
No, thank you.
Congratulations, Chief, and to everybody in your force there. Thank you. All right, Mike, it's your turn to shine.
Okay, so I wanted to give a quick update on the roads. There was some delays with equipment failures and, we had already contracted with the pavers to come out. And I am very, very hopeful that tomorrow, they have said they will be out here tomorrow, so we will see. But we're already contracted with them. They had some equipment failures. It's just, it can't happen fast. Yeah. So you might recall a couple of meetings ago, I said that I was going to try to do 4 or 5 different updates at each meeting. And I missed our cutoff date for the manager's report to get on the agenda. So I'm just going to go through these 4 or 5 items right now. So I did watch the video of the last meeting, And seemed to be a lot of questions or just non-information about the roundabout. So I just wanted to clarify, in this year's budget, we had funding in for what's called the roundabout landscaping. And what that is, a lot of people think that's the center piece. It's not. It's the four quadrants on the outside of the paving where the new trees are on the west side. That was done last year. And now this year, we're doing the east side. And this is planned for three budget years. So we'll have one more, budget year to go through with that. The centerpiece, which is the acorn and that sort of thing, that is still, right now, we don't have it under contract, but, if we wanted to make changes, this is the time to do it. So I think we need to stick with what the commission approved originally. We're into it, with engineering and that sort of thing. So I think we'd be better off if we stayed the course and kept moving in that direction. Any comments on that? So, right now there is a what do you want to call it? A contract sitting on my desk for the acorn. So I'm going to send that tomorrow then, and we'll move forward with that.
I think the only thing we wanted to talk about, Mike, was the landscaping, but we addressed that with that.
The peanut plant, yeah. Perennial peanut, yeah, whatever it is, yeah. Florida native, yeah.
Tolerant too.
Yeah. Moving on, you may have noticed some landscaping activity in the town center last week and this week. So that's, the town center really gets a lot of activity, foot traffic for events, just general public and all of that. And there was a lot of areas that were worn out. This area out here where they tend to do a lot of weddings and that, the grass was worn out around the post office and the fountain out front. The grass was worn out, and we've had construction in here and that sort of thing. So we pulled out that old sod and put in some new, and it really, really looks good if you noticed it when you came in tonight. Keep in mind, the town center was constructed in 2002. I came in 2012. I don't know if any grass was replaced during that period, but there's been no grass replacement since 2012. So it was time. I would like to welcome the newest sanitary sewer lift station to the town of Oakland. We had startup of the Grove lift station 2 weeks ago. That lift station is not only going to handle the Grove, but it'll handle the Harvest District, I think it's called, the mixed use out on Highway 50, as well as some other areas. So that's one of 12 lift stations that we now have after 9 years of operation. So anyway, that's that. And speaking
No
of
ribbon
sewer-
cutting, no ribbon cutting.
Ribbon cutting?
No ribbon cutting.
Not really. Not really. Hadn't planned on it. So, speaking of sewer, unfortunately, we did have some bad news last week. You may recall last summer, I think it was in June, the legislature had turned us down for the septic to sewer for the town center. I had applied with FDEP, and unfortunately, we were notified last week that we were not selected. So they did have $55 million worth of projects that went out, but ours was not one. So I talked to our friends in Tallahassee, and we're going to do it again next year.
What was that, a dollar amount you were asking for?
850,000. And I guess that's it for tonight.
Anything, a burn ban? I didn't know if you wanted to.
Burn ban? It's a burn ban in all of Orange County, yeah. Except for like cookout fires, gas or grills and that sort of thing, but no open burning. It's my understanding.
And then the acorn, going back to the acorn, just popped in my head. That's funded?
Yes, it's budgeted this year. The brick planter and the acorn is that is called the something, but it's in our budget. It's the roundabout centerpiece, I think is what it's called. But the brick planter and the acorn are budgeted as well. Yes, yes.
So more asphalt millings on more roads. Are we still waiting for that study to finish?
May 13 is our target date for the consultant to be back, and her and I went over several details just yesterday about it. And it's looking good, and I think you'll find it'll be the majority of the streets will be millings. There may be one or two that she's going to recommend for a full traditional paving, just because of elevation changes, drainage, things like that.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah.
Well, those results will be in, probably we'll have those end of May.
You'll have
May 13th.
you'll have
you
a
review 'em.
draft priority list on May 13. Well, actually, it'll be out in the agenda packet for that.
Great.
And the equipment is fixed. The equipment is fixed for them to go back and start doing the,
Let me just put it this way, they will be here with equipment, but it may not be the one, I think that was the big issue. They were unable to repair the equipment. And we really didn't want to switch and have, something put down with a machine that was not appropriate. So, that's where we're at. But they will be here with the appropriate machine.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
I'll bring it back to the table, Commissioner McMullen.
nothing.
Good. Commissioner Ramos?
I just want to thank the town of Oakland for participating in the West Orange Golden Eagle. I know this has already been over a week, 2 weeks, but it was a great time. They raised up to $50,000, and Commissioner, all the, Mayor wasn't there because he had some things to do, but Vice Mayor McMullen and Keller, so we're all there. We had a good time, and well-deserved, the people who got the awards, and thank you so much for participating.
Mr. Keller?
I don't have anything to add.
Mr. Satterfield?
Just, thank you, staff, everybody involved. So used to the old time stuff, but for as many people as we had there, which I think was just shy of what, 1 million or so. You guys all did in each department a phenomenal job of, I think, executing the very best that you could, all those people, making sure that all those kids had a really, really, really good time. So thank you all very, very much. That's it for me. Thank you.
All right, I got nothing. So, Joseph?
If all hearts and minds are satisfied, let's adjourn. It's now 7:39 PM.
One of the records, I don't know, has it?